Hello everyone, welcome to Advanced Knowledge Systems and a warm welcome to AKS IAS Academy, which is one of the premier institutions in India, and it offers examination coaching for UPSC CSE, State Public Service Commission, SSC Combined Graduate Level and CLAT examination. About me, I am Sandeep Bhushan and my credentials are I have 10 years of teaching experience for civil services. I take up international relations and internal security and the analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And this session is the DNA of the Hindu newspaper, that is of today's of 19th of January 2021. And this in this session I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases from the newspaper, wherein by emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases we will identify the factual, analytical and conceptual questions which will be useful for the prelims from UPSC perspective. And while you imbibe the keywords and the key phrases in your answer writing, so that your answers in the mains would be precise and concise and you would score higher marks in the mains examinations. Thereby, this session, that is at AKS IAS Academy Daily News Analysis, will help you to crack both prelims and mains of 2021. And before we get into the DNA of the newspaper, we will look at the quote of the day. And the quote of the day says that difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. So certainly your preparation for the examination, that is UPSC, will is difficult road, but once you clear it, it is a beautiful destination. And the DNA of the newspaper from the Hindu, we would look at what the Supreme Court has said. And the Supreme Court has said to the Union government and the Delhi police that it should only take a call whether or not to allow the protesting farmers to enter into the Delhi National Capital Region, wherein the Republic Day celebrations would take place in the national capital. So the Supreme Court has put the ball into the Union government and the Delhi police to make sure that it would decide on the tractor or vehicle march or rally to the national capital on the Republic Day, that is 26th January 2021. And the Chief Justice of India, Sharate Bobde, also told the Attorney General and Solicitor General of India, that is respectively K.K. Venugopal and Tushar Mehta, that the entry of vehicles, that is it could be tractor rally into Delhi, is a law and order issue, and that law and order issue should be dealt with the Union government and the Delhi police. And the Supreme Court has said that who should be allowed entry and what conditions are all determined by the Delhi police, that is by the Union government. And it also makes it very clear that the Supreme Court cannot be the authority to decide who should be allowed entry and on what conditions they should be allowed to enter into the national capital, that is on the Republic Day celebrations on 26 January 2021. Here, the Supreme Court has made it very clear it is the responsibility of the Union government and the Delhi police to make sure that in regards to the law and order, it is the Delhi government should take the responsibility, and the Supreme Court doesn't have any authority to go ahead with stopping or halting the march of the tractor and vehicle rally. That in turn, the Supreme Court has given this judgment because the government wanted the Supreme Court to pass an injunction order. So this is what actually the government or the Union government was looking at. The court would pass an injunction order because the government wanted the court to pass an injunction order. Why? To restrain or to stop the farmers from holding a rally or to getting into or entering into the national capital region, which wherein the holding of the rallies would disturb the Republic Day celebrations in Delhi. So the government wanted the court to pass an injunction order, but in turn the Supreme Court has made it very clear the authority to look into the law and order rests with the Union government and the Delhi police. And the government said, that is the Union government has said that the right to express dissent against the farm laws did not include the right to malign the national globally. So definitely the government is saying the farmers do have the right to express this dissent against the three farm laws, but the right to expressing the dissent did not include the right to malign the nation globally. So it says that holding rallies to disrupt the Republic Day celebrations would malign the nation globally, and the right to express dissent did not include the right to malign the nation globally. That is why the government wanted the court to pass an injunction order to restrain the farmers from holding the rallies which would malign the nation globally on the Republic Day celebration. But the government, the court has said that the government could not ask the court to decide on the issues concerning law and order, because the court has said that the government cannot ask the court to decide on the law and order because it is the authority to discuss or the issues concerning law and order is the Delhi government, or else it is the union government and the Delhi police. And in turn, the farmers have welcomed the Supreme Court's comment or decision on the Republic Day celebrations, wherein the government wanted to court to pass an injunction order to restrain farmers. But in turn, the farmers, after listening to the Supreme Court, that it said that it is the union government and the Delhi police to look into the law and order and to decide who should enter and on what condition. This judgment by the Supreme Court was welcomed by the farmers, and in turn the farmers have reiterated their intention that they would go ahead with the tractor rally into the national capital on the Republic Day celebration, that is on 26 January 2021. So here the Supreme Court has spoken about the law and order situation has to be decided by the union government, and the Delhi police should take a call. And the another news which talks about is in regards to the Covaxin, which has been administered as the world's largest immunization program on January 16. And the Bharat Biotech, that is a manufacturer of the Covaxin, said that those who have the history of allergies, fever or bleeding disorder, and people on blood thinners, and those with who have the compromised immunity or less immunity on or medication which affects the immune system, they said they should not take the COVID-19 vaccine. So here there is a very clear statement made by the manufacturer of Covaxin, that is by the Bharat Biotech, which says that the one or the individuals who have the history of allergies or fever, bleeding disorder, blood thinners, compromised immunity on medication that affects the immune system should not take the COVID-19 vaccine, because it is very clearly said in the, just before the COVID-19 or Covaxin was administered on January 16, even people of age below 18 years should not take the vaccine. So now there is a statement that the one who have various applications which affects the immune system should not take the vaccine. And the Covaxin, that is the Bharat Biotech manufacturing the Covaxin, has also said that there is a remote chance by administering Covaxin onto the volunteers that it would cause a severe allergic reaction, which could include even along with the difficulty in breathing, swelling of face, throat, or also a fast heartbeat or rashes all over the body and a kind of dizziness and weakness. It says, Bharat Biotech, the manufacturer of Covaxin, says that there is a remote chance. There is a remote chance while they would be administering the Covaxin onto the volunteers. But also it makes it very clear, the one who have the history of various we have discussed, then those people should not take the COVID-19 vaccine. So there is a very clear statement by the Bharat Biotech, who is a manufacturer of Covaxin, that who should take the vaccine and who has the history of various symptoms should not take the Covaxin. And the clinical efficacy of the Covaxin is yet to be established because it is still being studied in phase 3 clinical trials. And the health ministry has also said that it is the third day of the drive, that is the nationwide Covaxin or COVID-19 vaccine drive, wherein 3,81,305 beneficiaries have been administered by the COVID-19 vaccine, and out of this total, the one who have been reported on adverse events were 580. So definitely there is a condition wherein adverse events have taken place on 3,81,305 beneficiaries, that is 580 adverse events. So that is also taken very keenly, and observations have been made under what adverse events have been reported, and if there are any kind of scenarios that death cases. So 2 death cases have been reported so far, and one is not related to the vaccination, and that would be decided after the post-mortem report. So there is a scenario wherein adverse events are being taken up even after administering of the COVID-19 vaccine, which is very clearly said, or the statements made by the health ministry and the information released by the health ministry. India's daily COVID-19 fatalities, that is the death cases, have dropped to 145 after nearly 8 months of the COVID-19 pandemic situation, which has struck India and also the entire world. And out of this, 83% of the new death cases have been reported. That is, out of 145, 83% are from Maharashtra, Kerala, West Bengal and Delhi. So that Maharashtra constitutes 50, Kerala 21, West Bengal 12 and Delhi 8, which constitute 83% of the 145 death cases, which are the nearly this very smallest number right from 8 months of the COVID-19, which has impacted India. And the main point here is the clinical efficacy of the Covaxin or the COVID-19 vaccine. It could be Covishield also, which is certainly into the phase 3 clinical trials. And there is another news which talks about the NBA seeks Republic TV ouster. So when we are talking about the News Broadcasters Association has said that the WhatsApp chats by Arnab Goswami was shocking, and the News Broadcasters Association have also asked, or it's saying, that Republic TV should be expelled from the Indian Broadcasting Foundation. So that NBA has also called for Republic TV to be left out of the BARC rating system till the final court order is in the matter. So certainly there is a harsh or a strong pitch by the News Broadcasters Association onto the WhatsApp chats of Arnab Goswami, and they wanted that they should be, Republic TV should be expelled from Indian Broadcasting Foundation, and they should be left out, or they should remove Republic TV from the BARC rating system. And they say that these WhatsApp messages, they reflect the manipulation of the ratings and also about usage of the power play. So certainly manipulations are being taken up is the allegations made by the News Broadcasters Association, and that has taken up because of the power play. And the messages exchanged, that is the WhatsApp messages exchanged, refer to the appointments of secretaries, cabinet reshuffle, access to the PMO, and the working of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. That is why the NBA, that is News Broadcasting Association, were shocking, and they wanted to expel the Republic TV from the Indian Broadcasting Foundation and the Republic TV to be removed out of the BARC rating system, because they have been involved in the manipulation of ratings by using the power play. And NBA also demanded the BARC, that is Broadcast Audience Research Council, that the BARC should make a statement on the veracity of the ratings for the period that is under audit. So definitely NBA is demanding the Broadcast Audience Research Council to look into the veracity of its ratings, which has taken place under audit, or conduct of an audit of Hindi news genre, or expunge or erase or delete the data of Republic TV and restate the ranking of news channels, all news channels. So the NBA is very strongly pitching in wanting the Republic TV to be expelled, left out expelled from Indian Broadcasting Foundation and be left out from BARC rating agency, and they are also demanding that the Republic TV, or they are demanding the Broadcast Audience Research Council, that there should be a restate of ranking of all the news channels and delete the data of Republic TV and conduct the audit which should be on the Hindi news genre. So certainly there is a strong pitch by the NBA against Republic TV based on the WhatsApp messages from Republic TV to the concerned person. And there is another news which talks about the new monsoon forecast. So this is the new keyword. The new monsoon forecast models are on the anvil. So definitely the Indian Meteorological Department is certainly in the position to introduce a new monsoon model. So here the keyword is for the preliminary examination and also for the mains examination. The new monsoon models which the Indian Meteorological Department is in the verge of introducing, and they would introduce it because they wanted this year, that is 2021, to be a better forecast, because there would be a better forecast changes in the rainfall. And there was a discussion which has taken place along the several senior meteorological in the IMD offices, and they have decided to look into the new monsoon models which would have the accuracy on the existing models, accuracy on the emerging weather models, so that they would be focusing on the strength and weaknesses in capturing the vagaries or the various conditions of the monsoon. And they would also look at the, or discuss in regards to the accuracy of the extent of which the existing models or the new models, monsoon models, would be effective. And they have also looked at the accuracy of overvarying timescales, that is how the Indian Meteorological Department would focus on the time scale, forecasting heavy rain or extended dry patch. So the new models or the new monsoon models would look at the accuracy, and also this is for the better forecast changes in the rainfall, because we have seen in the year 2019 and 2020 there was rainfall which the IMD has forecasted that it would be above normal, but in the year 2019 we have seen that it was more than above normal, and also in the year 2020 above normal, and that expectation or to the accuracy is now to be discussed. And the head of the IMD Climate Research Services is DSPI, and he has spoken about that there would be a 3 different monsoon models or 3 new different monsoon models which would be tested this year, that is 2021. And out of the 3, 2 would be the dynamic models and 1 would be statistical model. And this is the keyword or the key phrase which is required or which is essential for the prelims as well as mains UPSC perspective, that what is that Indian Meteorological Department's Climate Research Services head is talking about the 3 different models, that among the 3, 2 would be of dynamical models and 1 would be statistical model. So we will look at what the dynamical model talks about. It looks into the climate on any particular day, and that climate on any particular day is simulated on supercomputers, and then meteorologists observe the changing daily output. So that climate which is taken into consideration on a particular day and simulated on supercomputers, and then later on the meteorologists observe the gradual change on the daily output, is called as the dynamic model. And the other one, that is the traditional statistical model. This model equates the relationship of physical parameters. It equates the relationships of physical parameters such as sea surface temperature, snowfall, the temperature of land mass, and this will give the actual observed rainfall which have been missed in the past. So the traditional statistical model is pertaining to the relationship of the physical parameters. What are the physical parameters? It is the sea surface temperature, physical parameter. The other one is snowfall, and the third physical parameter is the temperature of the land mass, which with the actual observed rainfall in the past. So it will correlate with the actual observed rainfall in the past, and this traditional statistical model equates the relationship of physical parameters, and the dynamic model, it takes into consideration the climate on any particular day, and then it is simulated on supercomputers, and the meteorologists and the scientists observe the changing daily output. And these are the three different models which would be tested this year to make sure that it would have a accuracy onto the existing model and the emerging weather models, and also onto various time scales which would forecast heavy rains or an extended dry patch. So the Indian Meteorological Department is on the verge of introducing the new monsoon models. So this is the important information from the IMD point of view, that is weather conditions or the monsoon in regards to the geomorphology or geography. And the another news which talks about is China's economy. So China's economy has grown 2.3 percentage, but at the same time the 2.3 percentage economy which has grown is the slowest pace in 44 years. That is, it is the slowest pace of growth since the end of the Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution in 1976. So here we are talking about the Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution in 1976. That means if you look at the pace or the economy of the China when compared to the Mao Zedong Cultural Revolution in 1976, that is almost 44 years since 1976, the China's economy is now the slowest one, which is just 2.3 percentage. But certainly it has expanded. It has expanded in 2020 by 2.3 percentage, but it is the slowest pace of the growth since the end of the Mao Zedong's Cultural Revolution. So when we are talking about here, we are talking about China's Cultural Revolution. So again, this is part of the international relations. That is how China has evolved in the leadership of various leaders in the China's revolution in, and 2.3 percentage is the slowest pace of growth since 1976, which is in past 44 years. However, if you look at it, is the slowest pace of the growth, but if you look at the other side of it, it is only the China, the country which is the only major economy to avoid contraction in a pandemic hit here. When you compare it with all the other countries in the world, it is only China which has avoided contraction. That means it did not entertain or did not experience the negative of the economy or Chinese economy, even though during the pandemic hit here. And it has also underscored or underlined or emphasized its strong recovery after the lockdown, close to 72 days of lockdown in China. So certainly, as it is the slowest pace of growth since 1976, but still it is the only major economy which has avoided a contraction, underlining the strong recovery even after the lockdown of 72 days in China. And China's economy contracted to 6.8 percentage in the first quarter, but recovered in second quarter with 3.2 and in third quarter with 4.9 percentage, and in the last quarter of 2020 it has recovered to 6.5 percentage. So certainly it is the one which is growing, and overall if you look at it is now 2.3 percentage slowest. And the NBS, that is the National Bureau of Statistics, have noted that the economy of China has crossed 100 trillion yuan, that is 15.4 trillion US dollars for the first time in 2020. And this has taken up, or else the China's economy has recovered and it has reached or crossed the landmark of 100 trillion yuan or 15.4 trillion US dollars because of various stimulus measures which China has taken up. For example, the main reason why the China's economy has recovered is spending on infrastructure project is the main driver of the growth in 2020, along with the rebound in exports. So the main criteria which is among the stimulus package which has recovered the China's economy is spending on infrastructure project and rebound in exports. So these are the two major drivers which have helped the growth of China in 2020 to recover rather than being contracted, which many of the countries across the globe are still in contraction when you compare even with India with China also. And now if you look at, we will recapitulate the DNA. And here, in regards to the polity, the Supreme Court says that the law and order situation has to be dealt by the union government and the Delhi police, but it is not the authority of the Supreme Court to decide the law and order situation and the entry of the tractors or the vehicles and what condition they should enter into National Capital Region on the Republic Day, that is on 26 January. And Covaxin, when we are talking about here, it is the Bharat Biotech has made it very clear that who should not be administered the Covaxin, which there could be an adverse impact or effects. And this is the NBS 6 Republics TV outsider from IBF. So here it is very clear that the WhatsApp messages by the Republic TV has made the NBA feel surprised and it wanted to be expelled, Republic TV to be expelled and moved out of the BARC rating agencies. So it is the rating system which has been taken into consideration because it was involved in various other scenarios which has been taken up with the power by the Republic TV. And this is as per the new monsoon forecast, that is IMD has come up with the new monsoon models would be taken into consideration for the year 2021, that is the monsoon 2021. And China's economy has grown. This is in regards to the world economy. We have focused that how China has grown 2.3, but still it is the slowest pace in 44 years, that is right from the Mao Zedong's cultural revolution of 1976. So we have focused this even in regards to the economy or the world economy, and then looking at how the Chinese Revolution, when we are talking about the Mao Zedong, so that also constitutes a bit of international relations, which you need to focus that the leadership of right from Mao and then till here now, Xi Jinping, how the economy is actually flourishing. And definitely, I hope this session was an informative, knowledgeable session and also an macro level and micro level which was useful for the prelims as well as mains perspective of UPSC. So I would say a very big thank you and a good luck to you all. May you always be at the right place at the right time, and do stick to consistency, stick to your schedule, take care of your physical health and mental health, and then do not forget to like the video, share the video, and also subscribe the AKS IAS Academy English Medium YouTube channel, and also have access to the website and also to the Telegram link of AKS IAS Academy, that is Advanced Knowledge System. And then see you again tomorrow with the DNA, that is Daily News Analysis at AKS IAS Academy. And I would say a very big thank you, and then see you tomorrow once again. Thank you. Goodbye.